Thank you. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I've been in the LifeVantage business for 14 and a half years. I was introduced to network marketing when I was in college, and right away, I was enamored by the people I met and the energy and confidence they exuded. So I fell in love with the industry very quickly, and I chased it for a very long time. LifeVantage became my eighth company. And I believe we are living in a time where people are looking for hope more than ever, right? We know that. And I also have this belief that people have forgotten about the beauty of network marketing. They're either holding on to the old standards of what they think it is, maybe they think it no longer exists, or maybe they think that it's all only about having to show up on social media all the time and be a social media influencer. And most people do not want to do that. They just want to live their life and love their family and be able to take care of them well. And also, a lot of them, I believe, have a dream, but they are spinning their wheels trying to figure out how to make themselves better. And I knew from the get go that network marketing was a way for me to do that. So, what I'm showing you tonight, my whole intent with what I created for you tonight is I hope this can be a tool for you. I hope that maybe you can even take this recording and use it. And I want it to be something that you don't just hear me say. I want you to play it back and I want you to learn it because it is information to equip you to talk about the industry of network marketing. And we really need to remind people of how powerful it is. So this is already in boards. You're going to be able to find it there. It's in the business folder in the One Person Big Difference board. The way that it's in there is exactly how you're going to see it tonight. Okay. So I'll make my screen bigger today. Sorry, I didn't do that earlier for the leaders. But this is called the cash flow quadrant, and it's the power of leveraged income. Now, the cash flow quadrant was something that I learned about very early on in my Amway days. Okay. And also when I came into LifeVantage in 2011, this was talked about all the time. And I remember days, I talked about this earlier, where someone could take a napkin and they could, in a restaurant, talk about the industry and the business of network marketing on a napkin, simply by talking about the things that you should look for when you're investing in a business. But to know the cash flow quadrant first, this is by Robert Kiyosaki. And I'm going to go through these quickly. So the first one in the upper left is the employee. Now, most people live here their entire life, and even smart, knowledgeable people think that this is the best way to go because it gives them hopes of stability. So an employee is they're trading their time for a paycheck. You work a set number of hours, you get paid for showing up, and if you stop working, the money stops. You have a boss. Pros can be that people feel like it gives them stability. They feel like it gives them predictable income. But the cons of being an employee are you have limited time freedom, your income is capped, and you're dependent on your employer. Then we go down to the self-employed. And the self-employed is I own my job. You're in charge, but you are the business. And if you don't work, you don't get paid. The pros of this can be you're in control and you have pride of ownership, but the cons are it's all on you. So there's very long hours. It's hard to step away, and your income is tied to your effort. I just saw an article this afternoon about restaurants, people wanting to sell one of the chains that they had, people needing to close. And one of the chains they wanted to close was simply because they didn't want to get burnt out because they had two other franchises they were juggling. You are the boss, and it's a lot. And most people, especially since COVID, they want to move from being an employee into this self-employed box, thinking it's the answer. And then they get there and they're trying to create their own thing or invest in a system that they think is actually ready for them. And they become exhausted because they're doing it on their own. And I'm telling you, the reason I left this black and white and I did not make it pretty is because I want it to all be very black and white. All the information. It is very black and white. So then there's B, there's the business owner. Okay. This is I own a system that works with or without me. This, as a business owner, you have systems and people that are doing the work. You focus on leadership and you focus on vision, and income is not tied to just your hours. Okay. And the pros of this can be time freedom, scalability, and that beautiful word leverage. And the cons for some people can be it requires leadership and long term thinking. And that can be scary to people, especially if you're new, to think, I, leadership, like, who am I to be a leader? You don't have to be a leader. But the fact that you said yes to network marketing and you invested in your own little micro franchise, you are a leader because you are leading by decision, and you obviously have a vision for your life because you said yes. So this is where true freedom begins. And then in the last quadrant, we have investor. And this is where my money works harder than I do. So your investments generate income, you have stocks, real estate, businesses, and it often requires capital first. The pros can be ultimate freedom and income without any effort. The money's just growing for you. And cons are it requires money, and it requires knowledge, and it requires patience. And most people do not have the money to invest to give them this kind of freedom that they're looking for and have the money work on its own. So, network marketing, it's the B quadrant when it's done correctly. It is a business that's already built for you. Network marketing, we have products already created, the manufacturing is done, the shipping is handled, the technology is placed, the compliance is handled. Isn't that a great thing? You can build leverage here in network marketing and not just sales. So you're not paid only on what you do, you're paid on what a team system produces. And 1 hour can impact many people because your efforts in an hour are multiplied by you having a team. There's low risk, there's low startup, like you don't hire employees. There's no inventory that you have to keep on hand. There is no overhead here. You invest once with a pack, 90% of it is product, and then you pay $50 a year to keep your title. It's crazy. It's bananas. It's so much better. And it teaches you business and leadership. Most people will never learn these skills. They will never learn how to better communicate, how to be a good listener, personal growth, sales psychology, systems, and thinking, and how to have lasting conversations to help people feel seen so that you can help them move the needle on their life. And 5, it can fund that investor quadrant. And this is the big picture. Network marketing, if you build that cash flow and you create that leverage, now you can start taking that money to invest, and then you can create that lasting freedom and extra channels of income off of what you started in network marketing. It's residual income that you can invest. It's without draining your savings and without waiting until retirement. We have the ability to give people a retirement plan with this beautiful industry. Network marketing isn't about getting rich quick. It's about getting paid long enough to build freedom. And network marketing is one of the few ways an everyday person can step into that B quadrant of being a business owner without having massive capital. Now, what should you look for if you're going to invest into a business? This is where you can do that napkin presentation in a coffee shop with someone looking to earn extra money in their life. So when you're validating any business, you want to check these boxes. And you guys, they talked about this all the time till we were blue in the face when we got into LifeVantage. And I just believe we need to get back to these conversations, these business conversations. And so one is the company. Our company at LifeVantage, we are debt-free, we are publicly traded, we were founded as a biotech company, and we have an ABC investigative report that every other company would love to have, an ABC investigative report. Our compensation plan, company compensation plan. People cannot retire today in our economy. And with our compensation plan, you can make money from gathering customers, from bringing in team members, from building leaders, and leveraging what the company has already had in place. Timing, company compensation timing. We are established and we are set up perfectly for a generation looking for entrepreneurship. More than ever since crazy COVID, people want to be their own boss. But again, they don't know what they're looking for and they don't know how to do it. People are investing in all these things, trying to create systems or create this product or create this funnel, and they're doing it alone and things just sit there. And so they just keep investing in all these programs and they're not moving the needle on their business. Company, compensation, timing, products. I don't have to talk about the products. We know that we have the best. It is about activation versus supplementation. There is a big difference there. And we are the pioneers in that. We have peer-reviewed studies. We could go on and on about the products and how we stand apart from them. Our system, company compensation timing product system, live events, we have weekly events, and we are sharing. You want to be, you should be, as an obligation, as if you continue to go to the live events, plug into the weekly events, build your belief, know that God gave this to you as a calling in your life, sharing that vision every single month with as many people as you possibly can. If they are put in front of you, pay attention to that and share the gift, share that tool, be a bridge to connect them to someone that can share the information with them and you be that connector, right? Third-party validation. So company, compensation, timing, product, system. Oh, and system again. Well, that's supposed to be something else. Timing. No, not timing. What else was that supposed to be? Oh, you guys, I'll get that right. But anyway, you're in a business for yourself, but not by yourself. Live event. Anyway, you're in a business for yourself, but not by yourself. Sharing the vision every single month. I'm just going to hit that home. There we go. Okay. Here's the big one. Okay. When we talk about that investor quadrant really quickly, I just want you to look at these numbers. If you in network marketing to build leveraged income that comes in every single month, the wheel keeps turning for you. Our MC1s, which is 10,000 in monthly volume, the average income is about $1,700. Okay. But I even made it less. So at $1,000, about $1,000 a month, and having something that's accumulating at 5% interest, not easy to find, you would have to invest $241,000 to get that moving for yourself. Now, if you look at our MC2s, little over $3,000 a month on average they are making. That is 20,000 in monthly volume. And again, when I talk about this volume, this is not just volume you create. This is volume that you and your team create. This is leverage. You have to invest $817,000 at 5%, hopefully, to make that kind of leveraged income. That's bananas. Who can do that? Who can do that? I'm not even going to go on. But look how, then it gets to over $1 million. Then it gets to over $1 million for you to have that kind of monthly income. Okay. And here we go again. This is leverage. This is not, again, about you doing all the work. This is a compound effect of you sharing the gift of what we have. Those 5 components of what to look for if you're going to invest into a company. And if you find 2 people that you love and you want to work with and you could have fun with and travel the world with, and then those 2 find 2, look at how that compounds over time. That's over 1,000 people that you could have over time by starting with 2. Over 1,000 people with a simple, repeatable action. And again, not overnight and not all by you, but through the power of leverage. And here's why this is so powerful. And then we're going to wrap it up. This is why this is so powerful, because most people, they think that success comes from doing more, working longer, and being louder and having to show up all the time. But network marketing rewards consistency it rewards duplication, and it rewards patience. The compound effect means you don't have to be everywhere, do everything, or have to know everyone. You bring in two, and those two are going to bring in people you've never met before. My closest friends on my team, most of them I never met before. It was somebody bringing in somebody that brought in somebody, and now I'm like, oh, where would my life be had I not met you? That's the greatest gift that network marketing can bring. You just need to find two and help them do the same and stay long enough for it to grow. And why this builds real leverage is because eventually you're not the only one sharing, you're not the only one enrolling, and you're not trading hours for dollars. And that's when the wheel keeps turning. Some of the lowest points in my life in the last 14 and a half years, I have had to step away, be where my feet are, be there for my family, wasn't able to show up to plug in. And do you know what happened? I kept getting paid. What a lifesaver that was. Building your well before you're thirsty. And life is going to happen to all of us. And this is a tool for you to build that stability and that well that you can look back and say, I am so grateful that I created this for myself so that I can be in a state of presence and peace for the people that need me while I have a team and a beautiful system that continues to go. And tomorrow night, just a plug.